Old historical photos you've never seen before. In this video, you'll uncover the hidden story behind this unusual beachside moment. But what made these men twist reality in such a bizarre way? You won't believe it. And finally, witness the emotional scene that carries a secret history of war and survival. So never skip the video. Also see last pick. It will shock you. Let's go for the video. Let's start. Marilyn Monroe hosting 100,000 American troops in Korea in 1954. Inside a slum housing in Everton, Liverpool, 1960. The no-bra movement in the 1970s. Office life before the invention of AutoCAD and other drafting softwares. Photo from in 1960s. A public drinking fountain in Grundy Center, Iowa in 1939. A hippie with his child in Amsterdam in 1972. Atlanta, Georgia. Photograph taken on Kite Day by John G. Zimmerman in 1952. Patrick Swayze with his dogs Cody and Derek in 1985. A United Airlines stewardess completes her pre-flight duties in 1951. Kodak founder George Eastman and Thomas Edison display usage of first color movie film in 1928. Jean Tierney and her first husband, designer Oleg Cassini, in 1942. No airbags, no seatbelts, just pure safety innovation in 1950s. A family gathered on the back porch while the ice cream is being made, Illinois, in 1940s. A Japanese family returning home from a relocation center camp in Hunt, Idaho on May 10th in 1945. 3 girls working in Salvan Medicine Factory and in a seed store, Olive, near 14th Street, noon, May 12th in 1910. A mother puts whipped cream on slices of cake that her son will serve to guests at a home demonstration club meeting in McIntosh County, Oklahoma in 1940. Neil Armstrong and David Scott looking awesome as their Gemini 8 capsule is being recovered in 1966. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip's wedding cake in 47, decorated in 1947. Warhol superstars Edie Sedgwick and Gerard Malanga, photographed by Nat Finkelstein in 1966. A U.S. soldier joins children in a game of jump rope in England in 1944. A fisherman and his family aboard their tiny shantyboat on the Mississippi River, Missouri in 1914. A woman selects a dish of baked beans from an automat at Horn and Harder in New York in 1955. Students in a typing class at Laurentian High School in Ontario, Canada in 1959. Portrait of a mother and her daughter, photographed in 1910. Throwback to Hollywood stars cooling off at Will Wright's Ice Cream Drive-In. Swipe left to spot your favorites in 1955. The daughter of a coal loader finishes setting the table for Sunday dinner in Floyd County, Kentucky in 1946. Disneyland during construction circa in 1954. A woman modeling a gown in 1902. The daughter of a miner drinks water in McDowell County, West Virginia in 1946. Unrecognizable old-time Miami, Florida. This is how North Miami Avenue looked in 1896. A young girl picker at a cranberry bog in Burlington County, New Jersey in 1938. Teenagers helping grandma with the dishes in Webster Groves, Missouri in 1944. Michael Douglas celebrating his 18th birthday with Hayley Mills in 1962. Arnold Schwarzenegger meeting his fans in Moscow in 1988. The immortal Hank Williams was born on this day in 1923. Summer street scene, 7th Avenue at West 125th Street, New York in 1938. Famous Life magazine Fields Elevator Girls in 1947. Angela Lansbury with her husband Peter Shaw on their wedding day in 1949. Marilyn Monroe signing a soldier's cast in 1954. Boss Caswell posing outside his Monkey Saloon in Granite, Colorado, where Denver beer is just 5 cents a glass in 1880. Students in a gym class climb vertical poles as part of a physical education routine, emphasizing strength, coordination, and discipline in 1940s. Los Angeles Angels Flight Funicular Railway, which operated from until it was closed in 1969. The wife of a tenant farmer prepares school lunches for her children in Creek County, Oklahoma in 1940. Ondea Tanner and her grandmother window shopping Mobile, Alabama, USA in 1956. Dad showing off his skill to the surprise of his little daughter in Melbourne, Australia in 1940. A 7-year-old George Clooney with his family back in 1968. A young girl uses empty soup cans as hair rollers in the 1960s. A traveling patent medicine or snake oil salesman on an Oklahoma farm in the 1890s. Tony James, Billy Idol, and Gene October of early punk band Chelsea in 1976. A family moving on bicycles stops to look at the landscape view during a trip in the Lake District, UK in 1950. Little Girl and a Baguette, Paris in 1961. The interior of a house rented to miners by an estate after a coal company abandoned the mines and camp in Bell County, Kentucky in 1946. Mousetrap-style armor designed to protect caddies and ball retrievers from stray golf balls in 1920s. Playing in the street was a wonderful thing, Paris in 1950. A large family setting out for a Sunday drive in an automobile circa in 1910. Bob Dylan playing chess in Paris in 1964. Flying from Puerto Rico to New York in 1946. Actress and future Princess of Monaco Grace Kelly in 1955. A Gulf gas station in NYC in 1973. A car hop on roller skates skillfully delivers a tray full of food to eager customers in the 1940s. A man riding a German-made Krupp Autoped in Berlin, around in 1920. Ryan Neal and Ali McGraw in Love Story in 1970. Two men having a discussion in Stein Gardens in the late 1970. Worker during the construction of the CN Tower in Toronto, circa in 1975. Ford became the first motor vehicle company to offer 8-track players in cars, September 15th in 1965. A hippie with his child in Amsterdam in 1972. Abraham Thompson and his mining partners using a long tom to extract gold at Thompson's Dry Diggings on Eureka Flats, California in 1851. A cat drinks water in the kitchen of a miner's home in Bell County, Kentucky in 1945. A woman at a cafe in Paris with her pet cheetah in 1932. Such a fantastic photo shows the sheer size of the British ocean liner RMS Olympic in 1910. Three boys working on a Ford Model T in Des Moines, Iowa in 1945. Children having fun on the swing at the new playground in Bloomsbury, London in 1936. Making cornbread in a skillet with relief flour, Shenandoah National Park, Virginia, in 1935. Three Surfside beach beauties creating an interesting optical illusion in 1950s. Victorian women sharing a trike in 1900s. Workers' Buildings radios at Emerson in 1945. Eating in front of the television became a way of life in the As These Two Children Enjoy Their Food While Watching in 1950s. Life aboard a shanty boat on the Ohio River, likely near Point Pleasant, West Virginia, circa in 1900s. At the 544-mile Sydney to Melbourne Ultramarathon, a 61-year-old potato farmer named Cliff Young showed up in overalls and work boots in 1983. A farm boy drinking soda at a pop stand in a general store in Lamoille, Iowa in 1939. A group of stylish young women ready for their school dance in 1925. Audrey Hepburn and Anthony Perkins traveling from Paris to the picturesque Sicilian village of Taormina in 1962. Unemployed workers gathered around a shack decorated with a Christmas tree on East 12th Street, New York City in 1938. London Poverty Finch Street, Cleansing Station, Stepney, London in 1911. A migratory agricultural worker on her way to Cranberry, New Jersey to pick potatoes in July in 1940. A family enjoying a picnic lunch together in Manhasset, New York in 1948. High school students attend an Americanization program in Eufaula, Oklahoma in 1940. Miners taking an advance on their wages at the credit department of the mining company in Floyd County, Kentucky in 1946. Two friends riding their bikes down a suburban neighborhood sidewalk in the 1970s. Customers line up outside the first McDonald's hamburger stand in San Bernardino, California, in 1948. A young Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross on the set of The Legacy, the film where they met and fell in love in 1978. A farmer's wife ironing in their kitchen while her sons watch in Tehama County, California, in 1940. Sean Connery playing with a kitten on the set of Dr. No in 1962. Family on a Sunday ride on the farm, Kingsley, Michigan, in 1908. Jackie Kennedy, wife of Senator John F. Kennedy, talks on the telephone at home while her young daughter Caroline mimics her with a toy phone in 1960. New parents of quadruplets pose for a portrait with their kids. Scottsdale, Pennsylvania, USA in 1880s. A schoolgirl eating a sandwich for lunch at her desk and drinking milk from a bottle in the 1940s. A housewife cans fruits and vegetables to ensure her family has a balanced diet through the winter in St. Charles County, Missouri, in 1939. Greta Garbo, photographed by Cecil Beaton, New York, in 1950. Flashback 2 with the unforgettable Rita Hayworth in Gilda, a true classic never fades in 1946. Chester McDuffie built the first suit using ball bearings to allow joint movement. It was tested in New York at a depth of 214 feet, 65 meters in 1914. A farmer from Oklahoma, his wife, son, daughter-in-law, and 2 grandchildren in Placer County, California in 1940. Kids selling ice-cold lemonade for 5 cents in California in 1945. High school students listening attentively during an assembly in 1952. A teacher teaching mathematics to her young students in a one-room schoolhouse in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania in 1938. A sad son of a farmer stands outside his family's weathered home with their 3 dogs in Oklahoma, reflecting the hardships of rural life during Dust Bowl in 1940s. An elderly Italian woman expresses her gratitude to an American soldier of the U.S. Fifth Army following the liberation of Italy in 1944. Making cornbread in a skillet with relief flour, Shenandoah National Park, Virginia, in 1935. Monty Python in 1976. Actress Norma Shearer with her husband, producer Irving Thalberg, at home in 1932. A group of hikers sharing a meal in Gelderland, Netherlands, during the 1890s. Kirk Douglas signs an autograph on the skin of actress Lily Greco on the beach of El Lido during the Venice Film Festival in 1953. A smiling Publix cashier standing beside her cash register in the 1950s. High school students listening attentively during an assembly in 1952. Girls in a school parking lot wearing fashion with long hair, sweaters, and flared jeans in 1970s. The hearse, carrying Elvis, drives along Elvis Presley Boulevard on the way to Forest Hill Cemetery in 1977. A coal miner's family in Pursegrove, West Virginia, photographed by Marion Post Walcott for the Farm Security Administration in 1938. Crowded gold mining camp near Skagway, Alaska in 1900. Tony Curtis and Verna Lisi in Not With My Wife You Don't in 1966. Children saluting the flag in school, U.S., circa in 1890. A farm boy pouring fresh milk into a large can in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, in 1938. Farm kids, sons of an agricultural laborer, take a midday nap in McIntosh County, Oklahoma, in 1939. Street style in Washington, D.C. in 1920s. Young girls playing in a phone booth in 1980s. A woman from Atlantic Auto Service repairs a flat tire in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1943. Miners having breakfast at their boarding house in Columbia Mine, Carbon County, Utah in 1946. A patient buying cigarettes from his hospital bed in 1950s. Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski at the Cannes Film Festival in 1968. Norma Jean reading a story for a little girl in 1925. A car hop in uniform serving drinks at a drive-in, 1950s. 21-year-old Hyman Kanefsky was killed in action 81 years ago on September 16th in 1944. A smiling Publix cashier standing beside her cash register in the 1950s. Lonnie Anderson and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the TV movie The Jane Mansfield Story in 1980. Merle Oberon, the Anglo-Indian actress who captivated Hollywood in the 1930s. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford enjoying a morning pre-shoot cup of coffee in 1943. A great look at an officer with his Indian motorcycle in 1924. A Chinese American wearing a sign saying he's Chinese, not Japanese, to avoid harassment at work in 1940s. Rod Stewart and Britt Eklund in New York in 1975. A morning scene, a lady stepping out of her palanquin, Calcutta, India, in 1903. School children in a gym class at Danesfield County Primary School in Buckinghamshire, England, in 1963. Army Signal Corps music makers in a logging camp bunkhouse at Hoquiam, Washington, April 17, in 1918. Drinking tea in London during the Blitz in 1941. A miner's young daughter with her 2 dolls in McDowell County, West Virginia, in 1946. Fishing from the rocks at Corpus Christi in 1936. Sharp-dressed couple posing for their portrait in 1942. Children learning to read with their teacher's guidance at a rural school in Williams County, North Dakota in 1937.